It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Portland.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Glad to have you with us. We're broadcasting live from Boston, the home of the Celtics. And, of course, Trevor Booker, not here, but we've seen the team playing well regardless of that fact.
Yeah, no question that it's a risky deal to make because it's the kind of move that can turn a team's fan base against the front office. But trading one of the most popular players on the team is always risky no matter what you get in return.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Harrell is out there with Cauley Stein. Then it's Evan Fournier. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Covington in at the small forward position. One area that the Blazers struggled with last year was ball movement. They have a bad habit of going one-on-one too often.
Yeah, you might have to talk to the coach about that. The players fall into playing iso ball way too much. I mean, you know, in the NBA era, where passing and ball movement are king, the Blazers are falling behind, and it's costing them. They were last in the league in assists and second to last in total passes. And I just can't cut it.
5 on the clock. Lillard from outside, cans it from downtown. Lillard's got the first 3 points of the night up on the board for the Trailblazers. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Terry Stotts. David?
Well, Kevin, I asked him what are some of your main concerns, and he said, we're dealing with a team that can really light it up from the outside. So it's essential that we don't give them open looks from deep, or we'll be in trouble. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the three ball is a big concern for any defense.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Covington passes to Lillard. Fournier against Green. And Fournier kicks to Cauley Stein. Portland needs to get off a shot. Fournier's shot is off. Austin's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Millsap finds Horford. Off target from outside. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I mean, Horford does a great job of keeping this team together. A glue guy, high IQ. Teammates love him. Then he's capable of stepping up big when it matters most.
And talking about Horford, some people criticize his production, Chris, but his contributions go well beyond the stat sheet.
Oh, you're so right, Kevin. He gets a great read every time down the floor, on both ends of the floor. He can orchestrate the offense, and he can finish in a variety of ways.
And it's Russell missing. For the Celtics, they come into this one following a loss to the 76ers.
And that was a stinker. I mean, that's one of those games where you really can't find anything that they did well. The game just got out of hand and really just a shaky performance across the board.
Man, only surprise is that the margin wasn't greater. I mean, somehow they managed to hang around despite their lack of effort, Greg.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now here's Lillard. 23 points for him the last game against Brooklyn. And there's the pass to Fournier. Fires the three. And it's Damian Lillard with the three. Lillard's got 6.
You better play up on Lillard at all times, especially when the pass is coming his way. You got to know he's ready to shoot once he catches it.
Millsap looking it over. Pass to Hayward. This one for 3. Rebound by Harrell. Portland leading by 7. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Covington against Hayward. Covington with the bucket.
And it's clear Covington isn't bashful. He welcomes any opportunity he gets to score inside.
Russell against Lillard. Outside Russell. Hayward on the wing. A three-pointer off the mark. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers out in front, up 9. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. One of the most lethal scorers in the game, All-Star.
I like a challenge.
And the Blazers, Greg, disappointed with last year's first-round defeat, but they've assembled some nice talent.
And like he said, we've seen teams jump into title contention more quickly than expected in the past.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Boston, Russell is out there with Green, and it's Hayward. Then there's Paul Millsap, and it's Horford in at the 5. Rome in the paint. And Chris, a unique aspect of Horford's game, he's the rare big who can repeatedly initiate the offense.
Oh, yeah, he's a good ball handler, has great vision. You see him making the right decision time and time again. He's the consummate team player.
Now here's Green. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's the floater. A shot by Hayward, wide open, nailed from three-point land. Hayward's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Celtics. Russell against Lillard. Kicks it to Fournier. Pass to Harrell. Back to Fournier. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Fournier's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers. Outside, Russell. Pass to Millsap. Hayward outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for Portland. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. To the middle. Here's Harrell. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
And now, the first timeout called here for Boston. We talk about players working hard, but also being smart. I'm sure there are some training methods, C-Web, that you think translate well to success on the court.
Good nutrition has become more and more popular. That, along with rest and then cardio, you must be in shape because the game and the pace of the game is so much faster. So, yes, you have to be smart in your training message, especially for your recuperation, especially for your rehabilitation. If there's any injuries, you want to try to stay fresh while you're giving your all. And that's tough, especially back-to-back in an 82-game season. That can be tough, but it's something that you must focus on, and that's your health.
I can only imagine. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Paul Millsap is an all-star forward whose dedication to the game is reflected in his year-to-year improvement. He said, the drive to the gym is where I find my peace, getting my mind prepared. I come with the mindset of getting better. It's gotten me this far. Kevin?
He is a true professional. David, thank you. Here is Lillard. He has 6. Covington's shot is off.
Yeah, good interior D there. Prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Now here's Hayward. It's a 13-point game. Russell kicks to Horford. Millsap's against Harrell. From deep, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Millsap's got his first 3 points of the game. Trailblazers leading by 10. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Fournier dishes to Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Russell against Lillard. Russell left side. Over Lillard. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They have a 13-point lead. Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep.
Hey.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Evan Fournier. Harrell is out there with Cauley Stein. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Lillard in at the 1.
Wow, he's just incredible at understanding the game. Hayward is so good at making the defense pay for leaving guys open.
Terry Stotts, the head coach for the Blazers, he has earned the trust of this roster.
Yeah, if you talk to the players on his team, Kevin, they believe in the system that he runs. He is always willing to give players a chance to earn minutes and is up front. With the plan under Stotts, you know that if you work hard and improve, he'll take notice and adjust the rotations accordingly.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Let's not lie. He has the skills to do it. We've seen that, but you still like to work for something closer.
And that's pro. Russell gets his man a little out of position and draws the foul.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
C-Web, a great defensive team last season. What's surprising is that the Celtics didn't create that many turnovers, though.
Yeah, 23rd in the league in steals. They don't gamble a lot, but they are active and they're relentless. And they have a coach who makes great in-game adjustments.
Lillard with the bucket.
He's been in control here tonight, helping them get in front with his work from the field.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, this is the dilemma as a coach. You wonder, do I need to call a timeout here? Do I need to settle these guys down? Should I let them play through it?
And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for the Trailblazers.
And clearly, this is a squad that makes its living in the paint. Very few teams are as determined to get the ball inside as much as they are. They aren't going to settle for jump shots. They're going to continue to pound it down low.
To the paint, Harrell uses the glass to finish the layup. And now a 12-point Trailblazer lead.
That's good instincts as a distributor. I mean, Lillard on point with the pass.
Russell against Lillard. Russell looking it over. Millsap inside. He's defended by Harrell. Millsap misses. It's Lillard, top of the key. And Fournier kicks to Lillard. Down low. And Harrell slams it in.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Russell with it. Lillard picks him up. Three-pointer. Hayward. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Hayward's got his second basket of the night.
I don't know if that was by design or by accident, but the D not paying any attention to him. It is so good to see Gordon Hayward. Man, he had the big injury last year, only 5 minutes into the season. Now it seems to be all systems go. It's so good to see Gordon Hayward back out on the floor.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The drive by Russell. Sweet little floater. Russell's got 7 points.
And, you know, we talk about feel and reading the situation. Russell gets an opening there and does not flinch.
Lillard against Russell. And Lillard kicks to Fournier. Drains it from beyond the arc. Fournier's got the lead up to 14 now for Portland.
Well, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking it.
Millsap with it, now guarded by Harrell. Back to Millsap. The three. Portland grabs the miss.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Fournier, again the Trailblazers score.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Boston. He kicks to Horford from 13. Can't hit that one.
The defense is doing just enough to bother him on the jump.
And so it's Portland in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Paul Millsap out there with Hayward. Then there's Horford. And it's Green, and it's Russell in at the point. That's the Boston 5. You know, for years, the adage has been that C-Web big men take longer to develop than other positions. Does that still ring true today?
I don't think so. I think today the point guard position, because the point guard position is the toughest position in the game. I think when the big men did take the longest to develop, it was because the big man position, the center and power forward, were the toughest, and that's kind of changed. Cat and B didn't take very long to develop. Big men coming to the league, they're more polished now, and I think the fact that the coaches are the coaching, the skill sets now are so much more alike that guys can make an easier adjustment into the game because they've been playing their game and adjusting a lot longer than maybe the players before that had to find a different role once they entered into the pros.
Puts it up from 15. A rebound by the Celtics. Hayward looking over the floor. And the pass to Russell. Back to Hayward. Launches a three. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
A guy who's really improved as a three-point shooter. That's taken Hayward's game to another level.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap.
That's a good break. I mean, it's tough to connect on those long-distance passes.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Cauley-Stein kicks to Lillard. Passes it to Covington. To the paint. And it's sent back by Russell. Fournier against Green. Pass to Russell. Pass to Millsap. Out to Russell. From past the arc. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 4 rebounds in this game. Fournier against Green. Now here's Covington. He's guarded closely. Lillard against Russell. Fournier for 3. Great D that time from Green.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
You know, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
Now here's Fournier. Covington's shot is off. Russell kicks to Green. Back to Russell. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 9 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And the longer the run goes on, the more momentum will swing their way.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
Sensational game for him in terms of shooting efficiency. He's taken nothing but high percentage shots. That's how he's managed to hit over 60% from the field. I mean, making just about everything he's looked at.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Trailblazers.
Tonight, they did a great job of getting everyone involved. They had the good passing, and that led to some open shots.
Solid play, definitely, Kevin.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Damian Lillard.
Well, the big thing was if he had an open look, he drained it. He didn't let any of those easy chances get away from him.
Now here's Fournier after D'Angelo Russell's miss.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Outside, Green kicks it to Horford. Lillard against Russell. The tray. It's not going to go for him. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of...